Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Lunchline Podcast, the greatest podcast that you never heard. Man, hopefully y'all been having a great week so far, man. I'm happy that y'all back. It's Friday, so y'all know how we do it on this podcast, man. We always lit. We always turned up, man. As I always like to say, on Fridays, make sure you doing something nice for yourself. Make sure you putting something on them bills. If you got overtime this week, go ahead and get your lady something nice, man. Stop at the Dollar Tree and get them kids something on the way home. Don't buy no expensive toys. Get something really cheap just in case they break it. This is the Lunchline Podcast, man. As y'all know, man, we like to get crazy when we first start off, man. So hopefully all of y'all have been having a great week so far. I am your host, Jay Mitch, man. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. If you haven't already, man, go ahead and follow the Lunchline Podcast on Instagram. That's it. That's all you get. We don't have any other social medias. You only get Instagram because that's all that I can really manage right now. I don't have a social media team. I don't know what that's like. So maybe one day, in the future, I would have a social media team. But as of right now, all you getting is Instagram. That's all you getting is Instagram. Oh, you know what? I'm probably going to start a TikTok as well, too. I just find TikTok to be another way to get my message out with the potential of me being banned for something that I'm going to say. Right. So hopefully, man, everybody's had a great week, man. I really appreciate y'all taking the time, man, for those of you watching on YouTube and also those of you who are just listening by traditional podcasts, my original folk, and new folks. For those of you who love me and those of you who hate me, thank you for listening as well. Because I know, haters like to pay attention too. So it's kind of a weird thing. Man, let's go ahead, man, and let's get right on into it, man. So, I've been sitting here wondering to myself, just sitting to myself, because I like to sit and meditate, and I like to ponder things. I like to ponder things, and make sure that I'm in my right mind, that I'm at peace, that I'm not warring with myself nor warring with anybody else. But for the life of me, for the last few weeks, I have not been able to solve this question or this dilemma. Like, why the hell do men feel the need to want to make decisions about women's bodies? Somebody please answer this for me. This is something that I really have been thinking about. Genuinely. Like, why in the hell do y'all care so much about what women do with their bodies? So if you haven't caught on by now, we talking about this abortion thing, right? We talking about the pro-life, the anti-abortion, those who are for abortion, the states that don't believe women should be allowed to get abortions. Texas has recently passed a bill making abortion illegal. Alabama did it a couple years ago. I'm trying to figure out what is wrong with you men who think it's necessary for you to try to make laws about what women should do with their bodies. Listen, God did not bless you with a vagina, bro. He did not bless you with a vagina. I'm sorry, you don't have one. You don't get one, nor will you ever have one. So for you to think that it's necessary for you to open your mouth and fuss and complain about something that you have no control over? I can understand if it was women, all women coming out and they're arguing over this bill. This is a fight for women, man. For all of you brothers with a set of testicles, sit the hell down. Please, sit the hell. If you were born with testicles, please have a seat. This isn't your fight. This is not your fight. Now, I'm going to say some things later on about this topic that are going to probably anger the other side. But I definitely want to talk to you brothers who do not, or you men who do not have a vagina. please mind your damn business. No man should be trying to make a law about what a woman should and should not be able to do with their body. Right? So I'm thinking about this thing, and I'm going through the numbers, and I'm looking at statistics, and I'm just going through all the other things that these lawmakers in Texas and Alabama should be worried about. Like child sex trafficking. It's a huge number of children being sex trafficked in Alabama, in Texas, in all of our country in general. It's the bullshit about let's focus on the unnecessary thing. Now, listen, I know that abortion is a very touchy subject. I know it's a very sensitive subject, okay? But for you lawmakers, you men who stand up there and say, hey, if you were raped, if you were sexually assaulted, it's still illegal for you to get an abortion. How much bullshit is that? Somebody make this make sense for me. I've been trying to figure this thing out. How in the hell is it that you tell a woman that's been physically abused, physically raped, taken advantage of, violated to the highest degree? How do you look that woman dead in her face and tell her, you got to keep it? It's still yours. That's the biggest crock of bullshit that I know our world is a dumpster fire, right? I know our world is messed up from top to bottom. Politically, morally, our world is in shambles. I make this, somebody please make this make sense. I'm frustrating myself to the point where I'm getting a headache even thinking about this thing. You old, wrinkly, bitter, upset. I don't know who these men are. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you do your research into a lot of these politicians, these Republicans and these Democrats, I don't really care what side you on. If you a man that's angry about this, you wasn't born with a vagina, bruh. This is not your fight. This is not your fight. There's so many other things that they can focus on, like gun laws to protect kids. Children living in poverty. Do you know the number of children living in poverty in Texas? It's like 1.6 million kids living in poverty in Texas. Living in poverty. Texas, you not even looking after the kids that you already have. You're not even addressing the problems that you already have. But yet, you want to come after these women with kids that aren't even here yet. You want to say, okay, we're going to make abortion illegal after, 6 weeks? And that's before a woman can detect that she's even pregnant? What kind of bullshit is that? What kind of bullshit is that? Somebody help me with this. Somebody please help me with this. The overall poverty percentage in Texas, 21%. 21% of the children in Texas live in poverty. But you're telling these women who have to carry these kids for 9 months, give birth to them, raise them, care for them, to make a decision about what they should do. It's not your call. You gotta know when to stay in the man's place. And all of these men that are doing it, are they married? Like, I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, there's like a man law, like an unwritten code for men. There's an unwritten code for men. Like, bro, you know, if you ever been to a barbecue, right? If you ever been to a barbecue or a get together, where you have men and you have women and you got kids and you got family members around and everybody just, kind of hanging out. And, the women get together and talk about whatever it is that they talk about. The men get together, smoke cigars, watch sports, chop it up, do whatever they do. Men don't care about what the women talking about over there. We not involved in a conversation. There's an unspoken thing when it comes to being a man. It's like, bro, whatever. Do whatever you gonna do. A woman minds her business, you mind your business. But for y'all to cross these boundaries and think that it's morally okay for you to make this decision for women is evil. It's downright evil. Here's a theory. Here's a theory that I got. And this is a crazy ass theory. So I've been thinking about this. For you men who believe that women should not be allowed to get an abortion, what if there was a law passed stating that every man had to impregnate 10 women? They don't have a say-so in who the woman is. There's a law that mandates every man to impregnate 10 women a year. You can't pick the woman, and guess what else? You have to care for the child. For 21 years. We're not doing 18. What if there was a law that said that? Hear me out. What if there was a law that said, bro, listen, you need to impregnate 10 women this year. The state is going to pick which women need to be impregnated because we need to populate our world, right? We want to keep our world populated. So each man has to impregnate 10 women a year at random that the law sets out and says that you have to do. Oh, the uproar would be crazy. These men would lose their damn mind. They be protesting at the Capitol. They be kicking doors in. You see cars burning. You think riots are wild when a favorite sports team wins? Shit. These men would burn the Capitol to the ground. To the ground. They will be marching day and night, sleeping on the streets, complaining about how can you try to dictate my rights and take away my rights. But y'all want to make a woman. Y'all trying to make decisions for women. What if somebody came and took y'all laws away? These be the same people who sign these laws and who believe that these bills should be passed are the same people that be complaining, crying about, oh, you trying to violate my rights. Those are those men. Those are those men. The same ones who was complaining about not being able to get a haircut during the peak of COVID. You can't take away me getting a haircut. I don't want to. The same dudes. Man, y'all need to get y'all mind right. Alabama and Texas, y'all need to get y'all damn mind right. I don't even really want to get on Alabama because they 100% believe in oppression. From top to bottom, Alabama's history is built on oppression. At its core, Alabama is true bred American oppression. Like, they ain't letting up at all. Alabama has rewritten they laws and they bills multiple different times. They go through and they change everything. So Alabama is what Alabama is. I'm sorry. Listen. I know y'all football fans, y'all super diehard. Alabama has a damn good football team, but y'all laws and y'all state is, man, y'all crazy down there. And I'm sorry to all my people who are from Alabama because I love y'all, so it's not a knock against y'all. But y'all state is built on just oppressing people from top to bottom. I mean, damn. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Alabama 24% of kids living in poverty. Y'all wanna come after these women for the simple fact that they want to be able to make decisions about their body. I need y'all to really get y'all shit together. And you hearing it here at the Lunchline Podcast, man, I 100% disagree with it. Now that I've addressed these men, this is going to get a little complicated now. Okay? So I want y'all to really take a step back, because now I have questions and these are just questions for you to think about. I'm not going to answer them and tell you what you should do, but these are questions. So for the men, if they're in an intimate relationship with a woman, right? And she says, hey, I want to get an abortion. And he's like, no, I don't want you to get an abortion. She says, hey, I'm going to go do what I need to do anyway, right? Woman has the final say. Man can voice his opinion if y'all in an intimate relationship and that's your woman. Like, I understand the other side, right? But I still believe the woman has the final say. So if a man says, hey, I want you to go get an abortion. I want you to get an abortion. I don't think we should have this child. And a woman says, no, I'm having this baby. I'm having this baby. And the man is like, no, I don't want you to have this baby. I don't think we can afford it. I can't afford it. You can't afford it. Let's not have this baby. And she goes forward and says, okay, I'm having this baby. Because it's the final say, right? It's the woman's final say. She has control over her body, what to do with it. And I've seen this somewhere. I've seen this question posed somewhere, and I'm going to get to it. Should the man still be financially obligated to care for that child? I really want y'all to think about this. And I'm not saying it to try to be tit for tat, but I really, I mean, seriously, think about it. Should there be something put in place to where a man can sign and say, I told her that I wanted to get an abortion. She said, no, I didn't want to get an abortion. I want to keep the baby. But the man is saying, hey, I'm financially not in a position to take care of a child. Neither are you. We both will struggle. The child will struggle. Just like it's her decision to not keep the baby or keep the baby, should the man now be obligated to take care of the child, whether she decides to birth the child or abort the child? And that's just something that I seen somewhere. And I'm not trying to be petty. I swear, I'm really not trying to be petty. It's just something that I was like, man, that's damn. I mean, and I'm going to say this. I'm not for you guys being deadbeats now. Don't try to use it as an excuse to try to get out of taking care of the child, right? Because I know a lot of brothers would do that and they would abuse that. But I mean, in all reality, because there are men who don't want the child, but there are women who saying, yeah, I want the child. So I understand both sides, but I don't think it should go to the degree to where a law should be passed that says women have no right to do with their body as they please. I honestly 100% disagree with that. And I think that's absolute bullshit. I think it's bullshit. And I also think that it's bull that they are so serious about this in Texas and Alabama that they said that if a doctor is convicted of giving an abortion or assisting in an abortion, that if he's convicted, he can get up to 99 years in prison. That's what they put in that bill. That's what they put in that law. That they are willing, they are so serious about women having no control over their bodies to where they even tell you, if you're a doctor and you help out in this, go on, kiss your life goodbye, because we're gonna give you life in prison. That's how serious we are about that. So it makes you also think, like, is there something a little bit more diabolical going on and they thinking? Like, what? I really tried to dig inside the mind of what people are really thinking. Like, I think about it and say, man, like, why do you care so much? Why do you care so much? What's really the reason why? And come to find out, a lot of men in these states, in Texas and Alabama, white men believe that white people will be the minority in the next 20 to 30 years. They believe the numbers are dwindling. So they're going to do everything that they can to make sure that their genetic pool is surviving and going strong. So that's just what I see as I look at it. Like, what the hell why do they care about it so much? Why are they so passionate about it? If Planned Parenthood in these places were put in place to essentially, because y'all know what Planned Parenthood was originally established for, right? It was to encourage the depopulation of black communities by offering abortions to black women. That's why Planned Parenthood was put in place. From the founder, don't have her name right in front of me, but I know that's why it was put in place, to prohibit the black population from rising. That was the original reason why Planned Parenthood was put into place. So now, since it kind of got away from them, they instituted it for us to encourage abortions in black communities. But now it's affecting white communities. You see that? Now it's affecting communities with non-people of color. And I'll say this. If abortion was happening at higher rates in black communities and Hispanic communities, and the abortion rate for white women was extremely low in Texas and Alabama, we wouldn't hear nothing about this damn abortion ban at all. We would hear nothing about this abortion ban. They wouldn't be talking about it. They wouldn't make mention. If it was black communities, black women getting abortions at extreme rates, oh shit. They'd be like, what can we do? What can we do to increase the abortion clinics around the country? What can we do to help out with this thing? What can we do to make sure that every woman has a right to abortion? But I believe that it's affecting their population. I believe it's affecting their population. So they had to get in front of this thing. They said, oh, hell no. Hell no. We don't care if you even got pregnant by incest. You will not be allowed to get an abortion. It's sick, man. It's sick. But my main point is that women ultimately have control of their body. And a man has no right at all to do anything, to control anything with the woman's body. I hope y'all hear me. Y'all need to get in line and stay in your lane. This is very disappointing, man. I'm all for women having their own rights, doing what they want to do with their own bodies. And I completely stand behind him, and I understand. Like, abortion is a touchy subject. Like, I'm all for life. Like, I'm all for life. Would I want my lady, my wife, my woman, whoever I was involved with to get an abortion? No, I wouldn't. And would I be hurt? Yes, I would. As a man, I honestly would be hurt. I would be devastated. Because me as a dad, I say being a dad, I love it. It's great. I take on the responsibility for it. I'm completely cool with it. And I would have been from jump. So I understand I understand. So as a man who supports women doing what they want to do with their body, and as a man who understands, and I'm for life, I'm absolutely for life. But we don't know the dynamics of these people's lives, right? Those people who sitting on that bill, who make those decisions, and it shouldn't just be a vote, a vote by them. It should be a state vote. That's something that the state should vote on and the people should vote on. And women primarily. No men should even be allowed to vote on this thing. No men should be allowed to vote on. I think only women should be able to do it. But I understand. I completely understand. I just don't understand these men. I don't understand why these men feel the way that they do. I honestly don't understand why they feel the way that they do. And I'm sorry, women, that you live in the world, and we gotta live in the world where there's men who believe that it's important for them to have more control over your body than you do. Like, my heart goes out to it, and I stand with y'all and say that, yo, you got every right to do what you want to do with your body. And I know that women have been, oppressed for a very long time. Black women, white women, women have been seen as, second rate for a long time, fighting for equal pay, fighting for a lot of things. So I stand with women 100%, and I'm for life too, but I'm not going to knock you. I'm not going to bash you. I'm not going to look down on you because you decide to do something for yourself that you believe is very important. So back to my point of, like, we don't understand. We have no idea of the situation that a lot of these women are in. They're in abusive relationships. They're in really tough situations, unhealthy relationships. You don't know the dynamic. There's some women that say, yo, instead of I'm suffering in life, right? And I can't speak for them, so I'm just going to make this statement. So women, I'm not trying to speak for y'all. But I can understand how a woman would look at their life and say, yo, I'm struggling at life to even care for myself. I'm barely eating at night. Yeah, I know I lay down. It's my sexual act and yada, yada. We can get off into the protection thing and all of that. But I know where I am in life. And I know I can barely care for myself. And I'm not in the right mental headspace. I'm still trying to get things in order for myself as a person, as a responsible person. And I know that me bringing another life into this world, we're both going to suffer because I can barely care for myself. I can barely care for myself. But yet you're trying to force me to say I have no right in this. It's wrong to do that to women. The same people who pass these bills are the same ones who would turn the other way when she's in need, when she needs help, when she needs daycare assistance. You see what I'm saying? All of these men sitting on these, and mind you, and I'll say this, and I'm a firm believer of this. Congress people who own the Senate, they aren't the smartest people all the time. Morally, they are off. Look, I'll tell you this. They aren't the smartest people. So don't believe just because they're in positions of political power means that they're highly intelligent and smarter than the rest of us. Because morally, a lot of them are all the way messed up. All the way messed up. Some of them have been ushered into that position just based off a connection. No real political work. They just been ushered in. They said, hey, I want to go to school and I want to be somebody of power. So they were able to have the right connections. It's a boys club. It's a, you scratch my back, I scratch yours club to where, I'm going to pull you up when I get promoted. So, we're going to keep this bullshit trend of foolishness going. That's the world. That's the political world in a nutshell. So don't believe that these people who pass these laws know more than us. Like, nah, it's obvious that they don't. Morally, they don't. These Supreme Courts, listen, I believe that a lot of these people in the Supreme Courts who make these top decisions, these people don't have no balls at all. They don't have no balls at all. People being bought off. Don't nobody want to stand for nothing. Everybody's afraid. It's, you know what I see when I look at political figures a lot of time? I see a bunch of people who are afraid, who can be pushed and pimped to do whatever it is that a higher power wants them to do. I see nobody that wants to hold their ground and stand their ground and say, damn it, y'all wrong. Damn it, y'all wrong. That's what I see when I look at a lot of the political world and a lot of the political figures and political heads. These people that only come out during times of trauma to make a speech or to say something to these people like, y'all ain't did, man. No. I stand with the women. 100% stand with the women. And I think anybody with a good, solid brain should do the same. We weren't, as men, we were not born with ovaries. We were not. You don't have a fallopian tube. I wasn't born with one. I don't have menstrual cycles. I don't have cramps. I don't have any of the things that women go through. I was not born with that because the universe saw otherwise. So if you don't have menstrual cycles, if you don't have ovaries, if you can't bear children, I'm talking to men. If you don't understand the conditions of childbirth and labor, you don't know what it's like to carry a kid through all those trimesters. I'm talking to you. You don't have a say-so in this matter. That's why the universe birthed you with balls. Sorry to be graphic, just got to. That's why you were given what you were given. I don't know if it's you guys have a vendetta against women, or you just I don't know. You wish you had a vagina too. I don't know. Mangina, have no idea. So I'll say this, man, and I'm gonna get out the way. Women, I stand with you 100%. I stand with you 100%. I am for life. But I think you being able to make the decision that you want for your body is your choice. It's your choice. It's your choice. Don't let no other man tell you any otherwise. I think this is an argument for women and women alone. I think men should sit over in the corner room and shut the hell up. This is the Lunchline Podcast, man. I pray y'all have a great rest of the week. And thank y'all for stopping in, man. Make sure y'all check us out on Instagram. We are a community. We're a family, man. So we do this together. Lunchline Podcast, man. Greatest podcast you never heard, man. And I will get at y'all next week. Peace.